Okay, happy Thursday. Today we are going to start solving equations with variables on both sides. Our goal is still the same. Our goal is to get our variable by itself. Now, this time we have 4 steps in order to get our variable by itself. So I'm going to write them down, and you pause it, and you all can copy the 4 steps down. Okay, here are 4 steps to solving with variables on both sides. First of all, we're going to have to simplify each side of the equal sign. Now, simplifying could be just combining like terms, or having to distribute, and then combine like terms. But you have to simplify both sides of the equal sign first. Once that's done, you're trying to get the variables on the same side. Typically, we move the smaller variable in order to avoid negatives. It technically does not matter, but if you do move the smaller one, then you are less likely to have any negative numbers. Then we're going to be left with a 2-step equation that we can solve like normal. Step 4 is to check your answer. You do not have to check your answer, but I strongly encourage you to check your answer. Okay, so look at example A on the next page. So our first step was to simplify both sides. Well, if you look at the 2 sides, there's nothing to simplify. There are no like terms and there are no parentheses. So we can skip on to step 2, which says to get the variables on the same side by moving the smaller one. The smallest variable in this one is the 2. It's a positive 2x, so we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to subtract 2x from both sides. Make sure, this is where it becomes extremely important, that you line up the terms correctly. You want to put any x's underneath x's and any constants underneath other constants. So I lined up my 5x and my negative 2x, just going straight down. That gives me a positive 3x. We haven't done anything with that 2 yet, so it's going to come down. The 2x's cancel, and we're left with 14. Now we have a normal 2-step equation that we can solve. So we've got 3x, 2's cancel, equals 12, divide by 3. So x equals 4. Okay, if we look at example B, again, we're checking to see if we need to simplify. There's nothing to simplify. There are no parentheses. There are no like terms. So we can go on to step 2 and move the smallest variable. Our smallest variable in this one is the 4y. It's positive, so we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to subtract 4y from both sides. Again, be sure that you line up like terms. So we have 7y minus 4y, which is 3y. Bring down the plus 2. The 4y's cancel on the right side, but we still have that negative 10. Now I can solve like normal. Subtract 2 from both sides. And we get 3y. The 2's cancel. Equals negative 12. And we can divide by 3 and get y equals negative 4. Now pause the video, and I want you all to do examples C and D on your own. Okay, please check your work and your answers for examples C and D. Again, nothing to simplify on either side, so you can just go on and move the variables. For example C, you get x equals 7. In example D, you get y equal 2. So pause and make sure everybody checks their answers. Okay, if you look at the examples on this back page, you see that we do have simplifying that needs to be done. The first thing we need to do is get rid of our parentheses. We're going to do that by distributing. So we're going to distribute the 2 to both of these numbers inside our parentheses. So 2 times 5x is going to give us 10x, and 2 times negative 1 is going to give us negative 2. Similarly, on the right side, we're going to distribute 3 to both terms. We get 3x plus 33. Now we have a question that looks like just the ones on the other page. We have no like terms to combine, so we can move our variables. The smallest variable is the 3x. It's positive, so we're going to do the opposite, and we're going to subtract 3x from both sides. Well, 10x minus 3x is 7x. Bring down the minus 2. The 3x's cancel over here, so we're left with 33. Add 2 to both sides. 2's cancel. 7x equals 35. And then our last step would be to divide by 7, so x equals positive 5. So pause the video for a second and let everybody get caught up and make sure they're on the same page. Okay, let's look at example F. Again, we have to distribute first. So 4 times 2y is 8y. And then 4 times negative 13 is negative 52. On the right side, we're distributing the 2. So we have 2y minus 26. We don't have any like terms to combine, so we're going to go ahead and move our variables. Subtract 2y from both sides. 8y minus 2y is 6y. Bring down the 52. Over here, the 2y's cancel, but we have negative 26 left. Add 52 to both sides. 6y equals positive 26. Divide by 6. Now, you're not going to get a decimal, so give me your answer in a simplified fraction. Simplified, it'd be 13 over 3, because you can divide both of them by 2. So pause the video. Okay, if we look at example G, it's very similar, so pause the video, and I want you to do example G on your own. Okay, so if we look at example G, once we get up here after we distribute, we're trying to get the variables on the same side. Now, we have a negative 7 and a positive 3. We all know that 3 is less than 7. However, negative 7 is actually less than 3. If you move the 3 over, that's fine. You'll end up with the same answer. You just have to work with negatives. So here, it does not matter which one you move. Just make sure you move it correctly. All right, let's all look at example H together. We see that we have this negative sign out in front, but remember, it's actually a negative 1. So the negative 1 is what you're going to have to be distributing. Okay, so we're distributing negative 1 on the left-hand side, which means the 2x is going to stay the same. Negative 1 times 5 is going to give us negative 5. And then negative 1 times negative 1x is going to give us the positive 1x. And then the right side, there's nothing to do, so we can just bring it down. Okay, on this left side, after we've distributed, we still have like terms to combine. So we have to go one more step before we can solve it like normal. 2x plus 1x is going to give us 3x minus 5. And then this right side is still going to be 13 plus 2x. Now we can move our variables over. 2 is the smaller one, so we can subtract 2x from both sides. Again, make sure you're lining everything up. 3x minus 2x is 1x. You do not have to put the 1 in front, but you can if you want to. It's not wrong either way. And then our last step is just to add 5 to both sides. We get x equals to 13. So pause the video, make sure that you all understand everything. If you have any questions, you can email or send a remind. And then good luck on your homework.